Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick, and I'm a top author on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I will be taking a pair, breaking it down from a technical and order flow perspective to try to understand where we have the highest probabilities of the next potential move. And in doing so, I will provide as much free education as possible. So I really suggest that you stick to the video to the end, and I will see you on the charts. In today's video, I want to speak about USDCHF because at the moment we do have quite interesting price action and structure. Starting here on the monthly, in fact, what we can notice is that we have just tested and rejected to the upside a very strong area of previous monthly resistance, which was acting as resistance here, and again here, which was broken to the upside with this impulse. And at that point, all that previous resistance was turned support here. The market tested its zone and started rejecting it to the upside. So at the moment, from a monthly perspective, everything seems extremely bullish, and we could expect the market here to create and provide new potential monthly higher highs, basically to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. We can also notice that since we have an impulse and correction, if we want to measure that correction, what we have to do is take our Fibonacci from the low to the high of the impulse. And if we do that, we can notice how the market has just retraced to the zone, which is in between the 0.618 and 0.786 of the Fibonacci taken on this monthly impulse, which is a very strong area of monthly demand and support that we could expect this market to reject to the upside. And from here, we could expect more potential bullish price action to develop. Now, dropping down on the weekly time frame, what do we have? Now, from a weekly perspective, what we can see is that we have a market which at the moment just created a fake breakout from a very important structured zone. In fact, from here, all this move to the upside was created. Again, here, the market tested its zone, rejected it to the upside, again here, tested and rejected. Then we had this fake breakout to the downside in which the market closed below, closed back above, went for a retest and created a continuation to the upside. Now, it's very important to keep in mind that this is exactly what you would expect in the case of a fake breakout. If you have a horizontal structure level that the market is testing, if the market breaks below it, breaks back above, at that point you expect a retest of the level at which you had the fake breakout and then a rejection to the upside, which is in fact exactly what the market did here. And as I explained many times, the reason for which the market creates these fake breakouts is because for institutions, it's not that easy to just place trades as for retail traders, where we can just place the order and there's always enough liquidity in the market to execute the order. Because keep in mind that for every buyer in the market, there needs to be a seller. So if you are buying such a massive amount that at that specific time there aren't enough sellers in the market which are going to sell to you, you have to create those sellers. And in order to create those sellers, what institutions do is they go and hunt the stop losses, because many traders that were buying here, they probably had their stop losses below the support, right? That is what most traders do. And since the market went and triggered all those stop losses, if you are buying, a stop loss is simply a sell order, right? In order to liquidate you from the position. And that creates artificial selling pressure by triggering all the stop losses, which at that point give the possibility to institutions to actually use that selling pressure to fill their buy orders. And that is when the move to the upside actually starts. So here on the weekly as well, everything is very clear. Now, dropping down the daily time frame, first of all, I spoke about USDCHF a few times in the past. Spoke about it when the market was around this area. I explained all the reasons for which we could expect this rejection to the upside. Then from here, I made another breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we could expect first a retracement and then the continuation higher, which is again exactly what the market did. And after the creation of this W formation, I made another breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we could expect a rejection to the downside and completion of the pattern at the neckline, which we have just gotten. And by the way, I will link in description all this previous analysis so you can go and check it out for more free education. But at the moment, what do we have and how we could be looking for the next potential move? Now, before we speak about the technicals here on the daily time frame, let's first go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders. So the COT data, which is what the non-commercials, so the biggest speculators in the market are doing. Specifically, let's look at the data for the CHF. Because keep in mind that all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. So if you're checking the data for the CHF, you're actually checking CHF USD. But since we want informations on USDCHF, you simply have to reverse everything that you're reading here. So what we can see is that lately net positions with the last report got decreased. We went from minus 5K to now minus 6K net positions with an extra 1.2K shorts added with the last report. And if we can see what will happen with the last two reports, we first had almost 500 longs closed and now just 135 longs getting added. So overall, we are seeing shorts getting added with the last report, tiny amount of longs getting added as well. Overall, if we look at the trend that we are seeing, we went from 11K all the way down to all the way up actually to 14.6K shorts, and longs got decreased. We went from 11K to now 7.8K. So we're seeing shorts getting increased and longs getting decreased on the CHF from an institutional perspective, which is making the CHF weaker, meaning that is making USDCHF stronger because you have to reverse everything. So what we could expect from here is a potential deeper test of the support that we have across this zone. But then overall, after a deeper test, so after a little bit more bearish price action to be developed, we could expect another rejection to the upside. This is definitely a possibility considering that the CHF is getting weaker and the monthly seems very bullish, as we have seen at the beginning of the analysis. So how we could be approaching this potential further push higher after a first rejection lower. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for this potential rejection to the upside for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you don't know what I'm speaking about when I say valid entries and this kind of things, that is all part of the mentorship program, which you can find at transparentfxtrading.com. Here you have the possibility to gain access to my entire course with all the rules of the strategies. You also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one private mentoring, the VIP market breakdowns with the Telegram signals, the COT data software, which is the one that we used in this analysis, the trading station software, which puts together everything that you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you scroll lower, you will see that at the moment, I'm running a special promotion in which there is a big discount on the upfront cost of the mentorship program. And since I have partnered with the forex broker Blueberry Markets, if you open an account with them from the student dashboard, you can get a full refund credited back into your trading account. And if you scroll lower, you will see that at the moment there is still some time to join this offer, but keep in mind that spots are limited. So if they get filled before the timer runs out, the offer will end anyway. And from here, you can join and gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the checkout. So definitely looking forward to have you on board. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you smash that like button and comment below. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you in my next video.